It's 100.3 Philly's R&B. Mina SayWhat. I got a friend, a Philly's own GoGo Morrow in the studio.
Hey, girl.
Kappa graduate, right?
Yep, Kappa, C-A-P-A.
There we go.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Philly girl. Where from Philly are you from?
I'm from West Philly.
West Philly.
I'm from West Philly, born and raised.
Yes. I'm so happy to see you. I just saw you out in LA for Grammy weekend, so I know you were working.
I was so happy to see you.
Right. And it was random. We were
Super
like in the
random.
club, and I'm like, I know her.
Right. Super random. But I was so happy to see you. Felt like home a little bit.
Yeah, we kind of created like our own Philly vibe there.
Yeah.
We had all the Philly. We had Bree with us. Breezy,
Yeah. Breezy, yeah.
Breezy was with us. D Sturdy was in our little circle.
Yeah, it was cool.
Spank.
Yeah. I didn't even see. He was at that party?
Yeah, he was.
Did you see? I didn't see Spank.
Yeah, he was. So we made like our little Philly corner in LA.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, we find each other wherever we are.
There
we
it
always
is.
find each other. So
You're one of those people that made the plunge. Like you were working and, building your career, an R&B artist, a singer right here from Philly, West Philly. And then at one point you were like, I'm moving to LA, and people sometimes don't do that, but you felt the need that you needed to move to elevate your career. Tell me what happened in your life to make you like take that plunge.
Yeah, so I was here. I was doing everything I could in Philly. I was opening for every artist that came through the city. I did like every festival, and I made a name for myself. I did pretty good, and I so happy that I have still a support system here. But I reached a point where I couldn't do anything else. Like I was now repeating the cycle, and I was going to the same venues, and so at a certain point I plateaued, and me and my manager, we were like, what? Like, I don't even know what else we could do here. So really, I didn't have a choice but to move if I wanted to expand and reach a larger audience. So, and I always say Philly is amazing. We are a perfect training ground for artists, but we don't have a lot of the platforms that we need in order to break artists. So unfortunately, I did have to leave, but I hope that I can actually eventually bring some more opportunities here so that the next generation doesn't have to necessarily make that decision if they don't want to.
It's a hard decision too. You have to leave your
Girl,
family.
It was so hard.
Yes.
I grew up so much. I thought I knew who I was, but I really did not know who I was until I moved away from my family and my friends and my ex-boyfriend. I left everything, and I had a decision to make. It was like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna stay here and give up, or are you just going to really go for what is your vision for yourself? And so I made that decision. I don't regret it at all.
Well, now you have your EP out ready.
Yeah.
So that is out. You're on tour with Eric Bellinger.
Yes, ma'am.
So it seems like things are coming together for you. You're working with producer H Harmony, which has worked with Ariana Grande, J-Lo, Mary J. Blige, Usher, LMA.
Yeah.
How are you right now, career-wise, feeling about it?
Career-wise, it depends on who you ask. If you ask me, I have not arrived. I'm nowhere near where I want to be. But I always have to constantly sit and remind myself how far I've come. And so I think I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I have a lot that I want to do that I haven't accomplished yet, but I'm on track and I'm happy with where I am and I'm grateful for where I am. So, yeah, I feel like my journey is longer than a lot of other artists, but I don't regret it because I know how much longevity I plan to have in that space. So,
well, you're really talented and you're a real singer. And I was having this conversation with your manager. Sometimes it takes, like Money Long was writing for other people for 10 years.
Yeah.
And it took her that one song and now it's 2 songs and 3, you can feel like you're working forever and then something happens.
Yeah. Her story in particular inspires me so much because her journey was long, just like mine. Like a lot of people that are still here, a lot of them remember me and a lot of them have made comments like, wow, she's still going, but to the rest of the world, they never ever heard of me. So I have to constantly remind myself like these people might know me and they might be tired of a particular song, but there's like a whole world of people who haven't discovered me yet. And until I can reach them, I I gotta keep going.
I agree.
Yeah.
So you're working with producer H Money. We just talked about that.
Harmony, H Money, Samuels. Yeah.
So how has he changed your sound? Because he's had some like bona fide pop hits, you know, and then some R&B hits as well.
Yeah.
Has he changed your style or how you approach music?
I wouldn't say he changed it. He helped me find who I am. He helped me find who I am sonically. Before I started working with Harmony, I've been writing forever since I was like 14. But a lot of the things I would write about were like what I thought people wanted to hear, or what was trending, or what was the popular thing at the moment. And he has allowed me to like tap into my vulnerability and like be honest and like really tell my stories. He made that comfortable. He made it art. And we just work so well together. Like, he respects my artistry just like I respect his. So it's a great partnership. Really is. I compare our music relationship to like Timberland and Aaliyah, or Brandy and Rodney Jerkins. Like, we just feed off of each other. We inspire each other.
And then how long have you been working
with Harmony?
No, in general.
Girl, I don't know. I feel like I finished touring with Lady Gaga when I was, I guess it was like 2012.
Yeah.
And that's when I decided to really pursue my own solo career. So I've been pursuing this as a solo artist since 2012.
So I wanted to ask that because I need people to understand how long you have to work on your craft sometimes in order to even find the person that you can vibe off of that will take you to that next level.
Absolutely. I mean, if somebody told me it was going to be 10 years, I probably would be like, never mind.
How about
forget it. I didn't know it would take this long. I didn't know, but I see why now. I thought I was like, that's why I titled my project Ready, because I thought I was ready then, and now see how ready I wasn't and how things lined up for me now based on the training I have, the new information I have, and me just being the woman that I am, and like owning who I am and being okay with who I am, and speaking from a perspective that a lot of women don't speak from. So I know that I was supposed to wait that long. I really realized that. Yeah.
So I asked how he's influenced you because there's a song with you with Simba.
Yeah.
And it's GoGo, but it's like a revamped GoGo. You dancing, girl?
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Thank you.
Like they redid Dr. Dre's The Next Episode.
Yeah.
So you got the little hip hop like da 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 da, and I'm like, I loved how y'all flipped that. So I like the vibe of that.
Yeah, I honestly can't take too much credit for that record. That was Harmony's vision. He wanted that record to happen. We literally did that song like 2 years ago. It took us 2 years to clear it with Dr. Dre. 2 whole years. So he really believes in that record. I believe in it too, but he believed in it from the beginning. At first I was like, okay.
I love
Philly.
it, girl.
Why am I singing to a LA track? You know what I mean?
Okay, I get that.
But you know, it's like, I don't know, it's a conglomerate of so many different things and so many different elements, and that's who I am. So I love the record now. It took me a minute it grew on me, but yeah, that was Harmony's vision for sure.
So that's on the EP, Ready EP with you. You also have the other song, which is a more R&B song. It's called Don't Stop. Talk to me about that.
So Don't Stop, honestly, was not even the single off my project. The people made it the single. It's now like my lead single off the project. And I have single-handedly have to thank the dance community for that. They got a hold of it, and then they've been sharing it, and so the song has gone viral. It's trending on Instagram, and so we're like, okay, I guess this is the next single.
Thank you, TikTok.
Thank you TikTok. Thank you, Instagram.
Right.
But Don't Stop was always a personal favorite of mine. It's like it's sexy. It's simple. It's, you know, you could dance to it, and so I'm happy that that's the song that people are attached to, because that's personally one of my favorites on the project.
Yeah, I love both of those songs. The Ready EP is out right now. Now, I read that you actually were singing in Kanye's choir. Mm-hmm. Girl, how amazing was that? You know how many times I watched him do his, Sunday service?
Yeah, I was in
and
there.
I started crying, like just watching I don't know why. It was like the intensity of what I was hearing. Mm-hmm. Like you singing in the choir, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever find yourself having moments where you're like bawling, crying?
Oh,
or?
every Sunday. Every Sunday. I mean, I'm a church girl at heart. I grew up in church, so my love for God is like infinite. And when I did Sunday service, it kind of took me back to my childhood roots because I hadn't sang in a choir since I was like a little girl. I actually didn't like choirs. Lead it because I had to sing in choir in school also because I went to school for music. So once I like got out of that like institution system, whatever, I was like, I'm never singing in a choir again. And then I moved to LA and I was like, okay, I need a day job. I got to pay my bills.
Right.
And why not? Like, you know, why not make my day job singing for Kanye West? You know what I mean? So that job ended up being a huge blessing for me. It helped me over until I got my deal. But it was definitely a very spiritual experiences at times as well, because it's just like I always said, like, sermons didn't necessarily really move me in church as a kid. It was always the music. And so I think Kanye understood or understands the value and the importance of like music and how it can affect your mood and how it can affect your brain cells, and like it's literally a science, and certain chords bring out certain emotions in human beings, and so he's really great at that. So he would find songs that literally tap into whatever emotion that that you're trying to tap into, and gospel is like the quickest way to do that.
Girl, he was tapping into me because I was like, why am I watching this crying? I couldn't understand what was happening where I'm watching, and it's not even like I'm there. I would have caught the Holy Ghost, girl. The spirit would have been in me because I'm watching this through the screen on video, and I'm so moved and I'm crying. Imagine actually being there. That's why I asked you that.
A lot of times I couldn't get through songs. There was a lot of times that happened, but thankfully there's 80 other choirs.
Right. So you guys don't rehearse for that at all, right? He just goes?
No, girl, we rehearsed
really?
a lot. Yes.
Okay, because
we rehearsed a lot.
It looks like organized chaos when you're watching it. It just seems like maybe he's just vibing.
The beauty of it is we rehearsed so much that we knew the music so well that he could just throw like we're going to do this song, or we're going to switch this chord up, or do this instead. So we knew the music inside and out enough to like make last minute changes and decisions, and that happened all the time. Like, you don't have to know Kanye to know that he's just sporadic, and so a lot of our shows or services rather were very much like that. But we rehearsed a lot.
Girl, that's a good day job.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I miss it.
How did that test you musically? Like, it
was great for me because I hadn't sang so much. Like, I warm up in my house, but if you're a solo artist and your own entrepreneur, you sing when you work when you sing. So unless, like I said, warming up or just singing around the house. So, but that like really got my vocal cords really good, a good workout, because I sang so much, and it allowed me to tap into a different place in my voice and know when my voice was tired, and then there was just so many other people around that are just amazing. Like, the choir was full of amazing singers. There wasn't one person in there who couldn't sing. So you just learn a lot from your peers, and it was good. It was good for me.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Girl, it's Women's History Month.
Yes.
So I wanted to talk about women that have inspired you, women that have helped you, kind of just pulled you up. You know, you've been working for a long time. I'm sure you've, had a lot of people who helped you along the way. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, well, I have 4 sisters, and I'm really, really close with all of them. So, and before I moved to LA, 2 of them were my dancers. So I could start from my mom, I could start from my sisters, who are all like we're just raised to support each other. And so I'm a girl's girl. Like, I don't do like haters and all that other stuff. I pay respect where it's due. And so I think that came from my upbringing with my 4 sisters. So I've always like welcomed women and championed women, and the music that I write, a lot of it is for men too, but it's speaking from the perspective of women. So I have such a love for especially our little girls. Like, I think it starts when you're young. You have to really instill in them confidence and love and self-love, and really it'll manifest itself into being like a beautiful woman and build friendships. And even my team, like, only man on my team is Harmony, which is crazy. Like, my manager's a woman, like the general manager of the labels, and like my A&R is a woman. Like, everybody's a woman that has anything to say about my career, and I love it that way because we understand each other and we understand what we need, and they're like, we pay attention to detail. Men don't.
Damn.
They miss a lot of little details.
Get it together, y'all.
No offense, but before I had women on my team, there was a lot of like things that would fall into the wayside, and we just would miss it. They would just miss it because they don't pay attention. You know what I mean? But I credit where I am today to my mom, my sisters, my dad as well. So yeah, I'm Mrs. Women History Month.
Love it. GoGo Morrow, her EP is out right now. Ready. Check it out.
Yeah.
Check out, she's on tour with Eric Bellinger. Check out her song, which I love, With You, featuring Simba. I love that. And then also Don't Stop.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I wanted to ask you what you do when you come to Philly and why your hair is blue, but we ran out of time.
It's okay. I'm going to go get a cheesesteak, though. That's good. Chicken cheesesteak.
Where do you go?
It just depends. Honestly, I like poppy stores, like the corner poppy stores that don't have a name.
They have the best.
Yeah, they have the best chicken cheesesteaks to me.
It's GoGo Morrow, Mina SayWhat in your middays on 100.3 Philly's R&B. Thank you, babe.